Welcome, everyone. This is Michael and Honey, and we are excited to share what it is to live in a relationship from higher love. When it comes to a relationship, what happens when we become overwhelmed, Honey?
Because overwhelm is a really natural experience that any couple experience, and it certainly plays a big part in a relationship.
Yeah.
And we certainly have had a lot of challenge around it over the last 9 years.
Wow, it has definitely affected me. And more specifically, don't you realize that it affects our central nervous system?
Yes. I found in our relationship, when you were overwhelmed or I was overwhelmed, our entire relationship was then overwhelmed. So we didn't actually make really good decisions from there.
And didn't show aspects of ourselves that we really didn't agree with or we weren't happy about.
Exactly. So overwhelmed, when individually we were consumed with overwhelm, we weren't able to, I can speak on my behalf, when I was overwhelmed and I was not handling it properly, I would bring that frustration into the relationship. And as a result of it, it would impact what was inside our relationship, like especially like the activities we had.
And when I was overwhelmed, I recognized that I would just project everything that I was feeling uncomfortable. And I'm laughing about it now because how many times would I get so upset in being overwhelmed? And then before I know it, I was projecting that unconsciously upon you.
And I was like, I don't want to be under that. And it really did impact us negatively until we became aware.
And so when we became aware, Honey, now what do you do when you become overwhelmed in a relationship?
So this has been a big part. As we began to really allow God Almighty into our lives individually, that began to change. So I found myself, like, for example, today was a really good example. Today, I'm facing with this news coming from a death of a loved one, for example. On top of it, dealing with this challenge that has been 9 days that I'm dealing with this sort of like bank issues and stuff like that. So this morning after the prayer, I found myself, and I was in communication with this next part that needs to take part to resolve the issue. I found on the inside this frustration, and because I now know what to do with it, what did I say to you? I said, Michael, listen, I need to just go for a walk. So I took myself for a walk and I listened to something that was godly inspired, and I took breath, being in nature, took a lot of deep breaths, and I called God Almighty into my day, into the situation, to not feeling I'm alone, and that there is this higher presence that can handle the situation with me. So it was like 15 minutes or so it took, and then I came back. You saw me being completely changed.
Completely shifted. And what I really appreciate what you said is it's so accessible. It's one thing that you can do immediately. And the greatest thing is you have the decision and choice at your disposal.
Exactly. And so I wasn't bringing it. So when I came back, I brought the transferred state into it, because we know we had recordings today, we had all kinds of activities. So the rest of the activities were not impacted. And this is what's been the big change in our relationship.
It's been so incredible because I love what you're not only doing, but how by you shifting that within yourself, it's shifting our relationship into greater joy, greater peace, and greater happiness.
Exactly.
Even with myself, when recognizing that something comes up.
Like today also, you had something
I had something that came up,
you felt
and I really went into a
because we were
process.
talking about the schedule, right? So
and the meeting and the mental energy intrigued me so much that I just started to get dizzy. So I went outside, and what I really started to do was focus on my breath and bring the attention to the present moment, knowing that whatever had to get done in the future, whatever in the past was triggering me, all could be moved to the side because I continuously focused on my breath and then brought in the love of nature, the love of sun, the love of the God Almighty presence that's in everything around. Started to relax my central nervous system, brought the smile back to this face, and before I knew it, within 10 minutes, I felt my whole energetic frequency change.
And I love that you did not project onto me. And this is that transferred state. So we're sharing this with you because In this series, we're talking about the real issues that was a challenge in our relationship and we have overcome it. We're on the other side of the pain and frustration because we went through all of that until we had to find our own answers. And we're sharing this in the video with you so that you too can apply some of these into your life so you don't have to suffer, you don't have to be overwhelmed. There are other ways. And for any of you that want to go deeper, know there are people like us that work with other couples through the way that we have transformed our lives. We also help mentor you so you can also have other ways. When it comes to life challenges, there are other ways that you can meet it, and you don't have to have your relationship be damaged, your activities be ruined. We do help other couples in this way.
And it's been phenomenal to see that simple tools, exercises that we've applied have had immediate changes. And the greatest change, I would say, honey, is it's the peace within, so that we can create the peace within our relationship, so that that overwhelm does not have the power over the peace that we can naturally connect just by coming back into our heart and into our God Almighty presence.
Yeah, we change overwhelm to overflow of love instead, and that's our way. And this can also be your way. So feel free to reach out if you want to go deeper into enhancing your relationship and live from higher love, which is God Almighty's love.
Beautiful blessings. We're so grateful to share.